Hello, hello, hello. Now, how confusing is this going to be for everyone for the rest of the week? Doing this on a Monday today because sore throat willing, I will be at the National Contact Center conference tomorrow. So that's why I'm doing this on a Monday morning, changing it up a bit. I hope you are still with me. I hope you've had a great weekend. Let's get things kicked off with say hello in the comments and what was your last TV binge? Always need to rely on other people to give me some recommendations for what to watch. What was your last TV binge? Let's get to know each other a little bit better and increase our networks through the medium of this program. Like I say, normally on a Tuesday, had to make a few changes, do it today on a Monday. So I'm not even sure. Is anyone out there? Now then, here we go. Here he is. Rob's here. Happy Monday. And to you too, sir. Ah, Mark, my stream is frozen. Be right back. I'm assuming the internet stream, not the stream at the bottom of your land. You need to go and de-ice it. So, at least I know there's a couple of you watching, which is good. Hey, I'm a sucker for rubbish TV. My last binge was Station 19. Nice. Okay. I am going to make a note of that one. I haven't heard of that one. Um, Marianne, good morning. It was House for the second time. Oh, love it. Here she is. Good morning, Raymondo. The Keepers on Netflix. People are going back to stuff. I haven't seen any of these that have been mentioned so far. So this is great. This is a great start. Mark's back in the room. Good stuff, my friend. So, what was your last TV series binge? Now, Keepers has to be good if you've watched it 4 times, Bev. That the one I've watched the most, I think, recently would be I went back and watched Game of Thrones again. Um, just for something to have on in the background whilst I was working. But these are some great recommendations. Now, created by the same lady who make Grey's Anatomy, it overlaps. Oh, I see. Nice. I do like one that is linked. I really do. Star Wars Rebels. You'll appreciate my name then today, Mark. Um, I am also a Star Wars fan. It used to be a thing with uh me and my son would watch one of the Star Wars films every Saturday morning before football. Uh Not a series, but have you seen The Longest Breath on Netflix? No, please do. What is that? Please do explain. And I can't see who you are. I'm really sorry. It's probably coming up in the comments on LinkedIn, but for the settings on third party mediums, which StreamYard is, it's not coming on. It's too it's true crime, Mark Natch. I do like true crime. Dark, yeah, that's the German one, Mark, isn't it? That's good. Um, Black Mirror, Rob, I love Black Mirror. Weirdly, if you watch some of the earlier ones, um, especially the one with the like robotic dog, it's now a reality, isn't it? Um, oh, Stacey, is that you, the LinkedIn user? Um, the Longest Breath. Is that about divers? Do love all of these recommendations. At the moment, I've been watching Top Boy, and I've been able to then annoy my teenage daughters by using some of the terminology that they use. They absolutely hate it. Rob says just discovered watching the first series. Yes, hi. Longest Breath is about a free diver. It's absolutely fascinating. Oh, this is great. Good. I have some recommendations. Fantastic. You will have to excuse my voice. I'm struggling today. I hope I make it through the show. Colin from accounts. Come on, Luke. Hello, g'day, mate. By the way, you have to explain a bit more than that. It sounds like a comedy, is it? It's got to be, isn't it? I tell you what, a great comedy. It's not on. It doesn't have to be on Netflix, of course, but What We Do in the Shadows is a great one. If you haven't seen that, What We Do in the Shadows, there's a film and then there's two series, I think. It's a comedy about vampires. It's very funny. Mark is here. Good morning. Murder in the building. Oh, this is great. I'm going to come back to this thread and just have these to because I think I've only seen a couple from what's been mentioned so far. Um, and isn't it funny how our viewing habits have changed? That we no longer kind of get really. I don't know if you've seen any streaming service that still has an advert or two. Gets really annoying because we're much used to immersing ourselves now in the binge, aren't we? Um, it's an Aussie comedy involving a dog, a doctor, and a brewery owner. Oh dear. Um, yeah. Oh, Mark has seen What We Do in the Shadows. We're werewolves, not swearwolves. Come on, yeah, this is brilliant. Um, and the guy from Toast, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's brilliant. New York City. It's absolutely great. Oh, don't make me laugh though, Mark. It hurts to laugh. So these are great. Please do keep them coming. Oh, um, I forgot to thank my partner, Sabio, whose support allows me to do this. So let's go to. Actually, I have a video for this. Really, how do we continue today's question? How do we how do we continue to improve the perception of our industry? I think there's been a lot of great steps coming forward, but oh, here we go. This still, oh, the thick of it. Yeah, that's great. Is on constant replay in our house now. Bev, I absolutely know why the thick of it is on replay. I love that show as well. Highly recommended for contact center outsourced. You may find it on YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. Also for big corporate, try Better Off Ted. Fantastic, especially the swearing episode. Oh, that's great. Outsourced. Is that about contact centers then, Mark? That's brilliant. Okay. The brain power in the room. I've got faith in you guys. You can help me through this. Um, how do we continue to improve the perception of our industry? And you might remember they appeared on this show, um, the work experience superstars, including my stepdaughter and two of her friends, came on. And over the course of the week, just through exposure to what we do and going to see a contact center and talking to them about my journey and everything like that, they had a kind of before and after moment that they could see that maybe working in a contact center was not the worst possible thing that you could do when you're looking for somewhere to work either part-time or as an entry-level position. And so in a very small micro level, their perception had changed. And many of you know and have known me for years, this is a drum I've been banging for a long time. But I'm very, very curious to hear from you guys about how can we improve the perception. I guess one of the questions should be, should we even bother? Why try if people have a perception of us in the wider world? What's the point in trying to change it? I think there is a point because we do need people to come in and work for us and enjoy it and stay. But what do you think? How do we continue to improve the perception of our industry? Marianne, I know if you're still with us, you've done a tie-in with Portsmouth Uni. Is that right? I think things like that are great. Kind of like me with a local school here. Um, that kind of thing, I think, is brilliant. Hello, Alan. Good morning, sir. Maybe you want to chip in straight away on this one. How do we continue to improve the perception of our industry? Oh, this is a great one from Rob kicking us off. Easiest place to start is at your own company. Now, Rob, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so maybe you want to elaborate on that. What do you mean? I think it's very insightful of you, sir, but I'd love to know a little bit more. What do you mean by that? Um, Morris, hello. It's been a while. It's great to see you here. What do we think the perception is first? Great question. Great question, Morris. I think, well, you've challenged me there because I think it's maybe lazy thinking on my part, but I kind of hold on to this from my friends and family and people that I meet in my weekly life that are not part of our industry. When they ask what I do, the perception of our industry is shown in their face when I reply that I work in call centers. Um, I don't even say contact centers. Maybe I should start saying that a bit more. But it's generally the follow up question is, oh, are they as bad as they seem? And a lot of this is a media portrayal, of course, but it's a great question, Morris. Thank you for making it. Rob shared a takeaway this weekend with a head of. He still has board level challenges. This is really good, Rob, actually. That kind of internally, do people see the contact center as a cost center? Yeah, great point, Rob. Mark, I've always felt that contact center shouldn't be considered as entry level. Yeah, very true. Good challenge. There's so many different skill sets that are required that it shouldn't be considered entry level. Great point, Mark. Marianne, thank you. Yes, do work with universities, colleges, and schools to promote the contact center. I'm about to do a lecture in the next few months at Portsmouth University to do this. Then, if that works, we should do more sessions with them. Brilliant. That's great. Perhaps we should create a Netflix documentary, a back to the floor type fly on the wall rather than a stream of roundtable thought leadership lunches purporting to solve the issues. I'd be well up for that. I think that's a great idea. Don't get me started on changing the word agent. I know the connotations with that. You may have seen that I'm hosting the Agent Engagement Summit on the 4th of October with Evaluagent. And I know that they were really considering that word. I think that word shows exactly where the summit is focused. But I think we'd all benefit from thinking about what is our common vernacular. We change call center to contact center. Perhaps we can change agent to customer advisor or customer service advisor. I don't know. But I agree with you because I think often the word agent is prefaced with just an agent. They are just agents. Now, Rob is going back to the internal challenge. They launched an incentive soon after it. They launched an incentive, full stop. Soon after it got shut down because the CFO didn't want to send a load of people from the contact center away for drinking. That's not great. I'm afraid we disagree, Martin. I don't think that makes any difference. What the word, changing the word, what do you think would make a difference then, Bev? I'm all open to have my mind changed. I recognize when I'm with people that are much more cleverer than me, so I have no problem changing my mind if it's because of a healthy debate, which is what we should be having, right? So you don't think changing the word makes a difference? Morris, is a key issue pride? How many people are proud of working in the contact center? So maybe the challenge is making the jobs people can be proud of. Otherwise, it is just looking for new spin for a bad job. I love that, Morris, because I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy away from the fact that, 'cause I think we should not shy aw Let's be honest. I mean, a lot of the jobs I did in my first few years within the contact center, I loved the people around me. I had such a great laugh, but the job itself was tough, and it was tough because it was repetitive, challenging, mundane. So yeah, getting pride in our work is a great one. For those of us who started as an advisor and worked through the ranks and levels, yeah, I believe we should be the ones who champion that cause. If we don't, who does this? I'm proud of my industry and proud of the people I work alongside. So true, Alan. And one of the first T-shirts I ever designed was "I started on the phones." I wear that with a I wear that badge with honor. I'm assuming this is Stacy. Hopefully, I think contact centers are perceived as negative, as most of the time it's what you call when you have an issue. And when you're annoyed, you have to wait on the phone or have a broken customer journey. It's more annoying. Also, anytime they are shown on TV or social media, it's not portrayed in a great light. However, since working in a role associated with the industry, I have a newfound respect for contact center employees. Brilliant. Um, love that. Yes, changing the word, no difference to what it says about the industry. Okay, this is about the agent thing, Bev, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I think words are powerful. They can lead to some change. Obviously, it's again maybe to Morris's point. Is it just spin? Because Alan, I literally could not have timed that better. Thanks, Morris. Yeah, you two both having pride in the industry, and I'm assuming everyone watching, we're all very much proud of our industry and what it does. And I have been challenged in the past that um, don't make questions about our industry negative. We've got a lot to be thankful for. Rob says, over the last 30 years, the agent role has changed so much, it's unrecognizable. Technology and multiple channels mean agents handle more varied and more complex tasks. Yeah, they do. Uh, it's certainly better than when I was on the phone. It wasn't 30 years ago, though, Rob. Come on. I know I've got no hair. Um, if we can get if we can get internal sponsorship right, we can then improve perception at key external touch points like recruitment. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. And something on recruitment. I know that there's people like Green Bean working with the forum to do things differently, and I love that. Um, I think we don't do enough talking about the other. Maybe this is to Mark's point that it doesn't just have to be come in and go on the phones. You're not just weighing up whether, as a young person, should I go and work in retail or at the local Costa drive-through, or should I go and work in this contact center? If we could do a lot more marketing of the different roles that you could get exposed to and get experience of at an early age, so that even if you do start as an agent, you can say, you know what, if you have a real interest in helping others and leading, you could be a team leader. Do you know what, if you have a real interest in um, helping people improve and learning and development, you can go into our L&D team or be a trainer, or we can at the very least expose you to those teams far earlier on in your career than you might get elsewhere. Same with technology and IT. You know, there's so much. We are at the cutting edge of technology and its application in a live environment, customer facing environment. The contact center industry is at the forefront of that. We could talk to people more about that than we do, I think. This discussion about the name of their role has been going on for 30 years. You can name everyone many different titles, it can help. However, in the end, it is about the leadership and the culture of the company. That is what is important. A happy environment, one of development and personal growth. Preach, Marianne. Very, very good. Love it. And it's apt, isn't it, that I changed my title on here today. I'm joining the dark side. Um, so we have a lot to do, don't we? Oh, The Fresh Princess is here. Neris, lean into all the focus on ESAT. The businesses which facilitate total flexibility with schedules, the support provided with IVA, the camaraderie, that is a focus and the potential path. So true. So true, Neris. Great to see you as well. Thanks for joining. Um, Morris, I am not proud. As someone who helped build this industry for 40 years, my designs are part of the technology landscape for today. We believed we were creating a better and more responsive service. Pride has disappeared from customer experience, and this is reflected in the contact center. Oh, how do I mute myself? I'm going to cough. Very powerful, Morris. Very, very powerful. And it's a shame that that's your experience and your outlook right now. Maybe we could talk about that a bit more. I'd like to know. I'd like to sort of jump into that. Um, but we've got to challenge ourselves, haven't we? We've got to, especially for people like you that have played an integral part in where we're at now. To not tap into that would be to our detriment. We need to know more. We need to find out more. We need to know what you think. Stacey makes a great point about negativity being circumstantial. Maybe video calls would improve customer behavior and lessen the aggression. Great shout, Ray. I love that. Camaraderie was the main thing that kept us going back in the day. Yeah, very true. Most of us did not really care what our titles were. For me, there were visible progression routes to enable me to stay. Yeah, very true. Certainly internally, I didn't care what my title was. And there were, like you, visible progression routes. So, yeah, I stand corrected or I sit corrected. I could not disagree more with Morris. I think the who you have dealt with is more reflective of the why you feel this way. Well, healthy debate, and I think within this, um, everything happens in the relationship, right? We've all got relationships with each other through this medium, but it's understanding the delta, and that's something that's being lost in modern discourse. That we hold separate positions and don't understand that actually the delta between the two is where we can all develop and grow and actually find the way forward. Very, very interesting, everybody. Very interesting. Now, before we move on, and thank you for bearing with me, but before we move on, let me just take a moment of your time. And if you can help me by sharing this message, it would really be appreciated. You are a senior leader in a contact center and you really value your team leaders. You know they are the most important people in your operation, but you're busy and you know they are too. How can you help them and show them you care? How can you give them something that complements the support they already have? Hi, I'm Martin Teasdale and I created the Team Leader community. Starting on the phones, I've spent my whole career in contact centres. I loved being a team leader, but initially I made a lot of mistakes. My experiences and passion for helping team leaders led to the creation of the TL community. The TL community is an online community where TLs can network, share challenges and best practice, where they can learn from industry experts as well as each other. We have daily live streams, masterclasses, daily expert content, polls, games, chat and much, much more. The community can be accessed via the web or an app. We have hundreds of members from all industry sectors and the community is growing daily. This community is creating truly expert leaders and your team leaders will thank you for giving them membership. To join, either contact me at martin@getoutofrap.com or visit theteamleadercommunity.mn.co. Thank you for indulging me there. It gave me the chance to blow my nose. I'll read the debates today. Maybe on Mondays we're all a bit more tetchy, Martin. I like it. I like it. It shows we care, right? Now I know that this is probably everyone's favorite section. Oh, i- if you know of any contact centers where you think team leaders, aspiring team leaders, or contact center managers, or yourselves would benefit from being in the community, either to learn or to teach, please do let me know and help me grow this community. I think it's a great thing we do in there. Every day we're helping people, um, and I kind of need it to succeed. Right, it's my livelihood. Um, Hold on. It's not my personal experience I'm talking about, Alan. It is my work as an industry analyst, the trends I identify. Yeah, we should have another one on this. Yeah, not a fan of Monday. I'm on another meeting on another laptop. Mondays are generally packed. I won't do this again. Um, I promise. Also, I'd recommend a program called Fisk. Really funny. This list is going to be great. It's going to keep us entertained for a long time. I misunderstood, Morris. Apologies. Look, this is why we get along, right? This is why everything is going to be all right. So, our favourite sections coming right up. So, for the people keeping a note of this we're starting on page 457. This is the Contact Babel Decision Maker Guide read along. We're plowing through it. By the time we get through, we'll be able to start going through the 23 version. It's like the fourth bridge, isn't it? By the time they've painted one side, they have to just go back. So we are up to gamification. So 17% of respondents currently use gamification. It's quite low, isn't it? Within their contact center. And a further 14% would like to implement this within 12 months. And I'm assuming they mean system-based gamification, because we all play games in contact centers, don't we? The use of gamification is considerably higher within large contact centers, where 29% of respondents from large operations currently use it, and a further 15% intend to implement it within a year. But the average is 17%. It's pretty low. What do we think about that? Oh, thank you, Rob. Loving being involved with the team leader community. Sharing experiences is rewarding. Can recommend. Thank you very much. Look, you guys, it's lovely to see. Rob, gamification doesn't have to be tech based. Exactly. Someone asked, I think, in one of these shows, what does gamification mean? And we had lots of really well thought out responses. And actually, it's just having fun. Is this tech? Okay, let me have a look. Uh, yes. So yeah, it's the tech based gamification. Interesting stuff, isn't it? Let's have a look by market. I do think they mean the app based gamification tools for this survey. Correct, they do. And you can have a look here. Still the same average. Look, 17%. Um, you have there's Schofield. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you are. The two of you are right. Why is it that the public sector always looks so different? Is it because of the respondents that maybe they didn't have as many? I don't you think whenever they do the vertical market analysis of anything that we've gone on, public sector and housing always look so different? Um, has anyone got any views on that? You can see technology and insurance are the greatest users of gamification. Um, but then again, you've got public sector and housing that have nothing. They don't do games. We're not here to play games. We're very serious. you can still be super. This is something I've said from when I was on the phones, challenging people that were very serious. I'd say, look, I'm as professional as you. I can perform as you. I mean, God, for God's sake, we measure everything, don't we? So uh, things can be measured, but I would say we can still play games and have fun. You don't have to. It's a choice thing, right? Public sector have to express themselves differently. I mean, because that is staggering, Morris, isn't it? 76%. They've no plans to implement it. There's an opportunity there for anyone that is involved in gamification. If you can get these guys, you can get something devised for them that allows themselves to express themselves however they want to. Um, it's fraught with potential bias, with challenges around remuneration and policy problems. A minefield is what we're saying then, isn't it? Absolute minefield. Bureaucracy and fear of public perception leads to being followers, not innovators. So true. And this will be why I guess that they are often the kind of the standout difference whenever we look at the market, the vertical market. Now, leaving gamification behind, sorry, let me just check in with Mark here. Could it be about financials? Smaller and public sector may have much more restrictive budgets. Also, do they really understand what it gives? So true. Good point, Mark. Council spends, that would be the headline, yeah? Okay, Rob, yeah, I'm with you. That would be a potential headline. Not a headline. What is it then? Uh, the public might say, are you spending my money on a game rather than homeless people? There we go, yeah. You guys are so insightful. This is why I do this rather than have any kind of decision-making powers within a public sector. Morris Pentel, exactly this. There you go. Right. Leaving gamification behind, let's head to strategy. So, within the contact center, for many businesses, especially those with sub 200 seat contact centers, the main responsibility for contact center strategy belongs to the relatively new job role of customer experience director. The rapid rise in senior customer experience professionals comes as a result of businesses finally understanding that their customer contact is key to their business's overall success, rather than simply viewing the contact center as an unwelcome cost. What an interesting paragraph that is. Neris, I've worked with HAs, council, central government, etc. A very different vibe. And Morris agrees with you, Neris. So, the primary responsibility for contact center strategy sits with predominantly the head of customer experience, followed by the contact center director, then the CEO, head of operations, and then we go into the nearly there. But let's have a look at this. The rapid rise in senior customer experience professionals comes as a result of businesses finally understanding that their customer contact is key to their business's overall success, rather than simply viewing the contact center as an unwelcome cost. Is there anything about this slide that surprises you? In that head of customer experience has the primary responsibility for contact center strategy. Not really surprising, is it? Now, this next one made me laugh. Based marketing will not like that view. No, they will not. I mean, look, they are tail end Charlies, aren't they? They are not. They are not considered responsible. This one. I wonder if you'll have the same response. This is like I am assistant to the regional manager. So, who has secondary responsibility for contact center strategy? Um, I found this one fascinating. The secondary the role with secondary responsibility for the strategy comes out as a contact center manager, followed by the head of operations, contact center director. Marketing, look, they're a bit higher up on this one, Neris. Um, the contact center is the first point of contact for customers. It should be a prerequisite for this new director to have worked in a contact center. Interesting. Interesting. What do we think of this then? Any surprises there? Are you surprised to see contact center manager? Uh, Now, if not, you might like this one. So the next chart is the score that was given by respondents to the question: how important are these drivers for strategic contact center change? Where 0 is very unimportant and 100 is vitally important. Here is the results. So these are the drivers for change to contact center strategy. By far considered the most. Here we go. What's this? Sorry, guys, I missed these. Frightening stats showing strategy is not a priority. What this one, Morris, should be the other way round for me. It's all a bit of a mess. I always ask who owns the customer and their experience, and it's rarely the sole responsibility. Ask IT and they think it's them. Yeah, so true. C-suite sponsorship should be more important sooner. Yes. Holding my breath. Here we go. So, the importance of drivers for change to contact center strategy. Yeah, thank you, Morris. Yeah, both. Uh, Customer satisfaction score. So, that's more likely to drive a change to the contact center strategy. New technologies drive change to strategy. Interesting. Reducing service costs, agent attrition, greater personalization. Some of these seem reactive rather than just a reactive change to your strategy because of agent attrition or wanting to reduce costs. Greater personalization, sales growth levels, changing channel preferences, regulatory issues, other competitors, and changing customer age profile. You all seem perplexed by the strategic priorities. Technology. Yes, Rob. There it is. New technologies will account for a change in our strategy. No, this is awful. It's madness, isn't it, really? Oh, sorry, Rob. This is not a good way for you to start your week. These are the drivers. Um, Now, the other ones that I've got lined up, I'm probably going to leave to next week, next Tuesday. Uh, Yep, they're whacking any new shiny toy without clear vision or strategic impact. Very perplexed, Martin. I am with you on that one. Whacking in a new shiny toy. Whack it in and then let it determine your strategy. It's crazy. Uh, oh, Rob's okay. Your Rob's coming back into the light. Great to see CSAT at the top. So customers determining a change in strategy is the way it should be, isn't it? So thank you all very much. I'm sorry we've messed things around. I hope it doesn't impact you for the rest of the week that you think today is Tuesday. Today is Monday. I'm struggling a bit with my voice and things, but I hope to be better tomorrow. And for those of you that are going, I will see you at the national conference in London. Um, Sorry, let me just catch up a few things. This is why so many changes have failures and pain. But says Mark, Bev says, but try securing a role in CC Tech when you have a CC Ops background. Well, I'm proof it's not easy. Madness, that is. Absolute madness. Ask yourself who has the biggest marketing budgets in our industry. They drive the agenda. It's not me, that's for sure. Agent attrition quite high too. Yes, very, very true. For those of you with big budgets, send them my way. Well, look, guys, it's been great to chat. Thank you for keeping me going. Apologies about the voice. We will be back to our usual time of next Tuesday. And I hope to see you all soon. Thanks so much for the comments. Thank you for all of your input and for the TV series recommendations as well. Very, very helpful. Take care of yourselves and see you again next Tuesday.